So before I begin, I just want to state my thanks for allowing me to speak with you today and give the story of an ever-growing, life-changing, 10-year plus relationship in about 4 minutes. So I'm grateful to support Big Brothers Big Sisters organization passing this bill to provide support for the youth in need, just like me. My name is Michael Canela, and I've been matched as a little brother to my big brother Doug for a very long time, and that's why we put plus in 10-year plus. Way back when, in a world yet so different, I remember my mother telling me that she wanted me to start going outside. Me, addicted to video games and watching WWE, I could never, or so I thought. Two very tall gentlemen were welcomed into my house, one wearing a dark blue coat and another wearing a brown leather jacket. I was thinking to myself, I wonder which one's the guy my mom keeps talking about. My mom called me downstairs, and about 30 minutes later, I came down. I was about 7 years old, and two men who appeared as giants to me shook my hand. In the leather jacket, Doug said, "Hi, Michael. Pleasure to meet you." I was the shyest boy around, so my only three responses were yes, no, or a smile. I gave a nervous smile, and we went out on our first get together. As years passed, my yeses and nos grew into me talking about what I did in the past week and asking for middle school dating advice. We would go do activities I've never done before, like playing mini golf, baseball, chess, and canoeing. My parents were divorced when I was 5, and my father was in a different house. So doing these things, these types of things, they were active, they were deep thinking activities I did with such a wise, humble, and loving man like my big brother, Doug. And he brought me out of my shell and prepared me for the life that I live now. I should also note that I grew up with two girls and one woman. Getting our hair done and shopping for a whole day was not in our arsenal. He asked me questions to think about, and at a young age, the questions grew on to me, and I started having answers for them. From 7th to 9th grade, I began to not hang around the best people, and I was influenced so heavily by my friends at the time that I started living a double life. And it eventually caught up, and I had to get out. So I started doing online school, just like a lot of us are now, from my home in the 10th grade. For 6 months, I gained about 30 pounds, became excessively depressed, and started to think about suicide. Life seemed like a black hole with all of my childhood getting sucked into it. And Doug eventually realized what was happening, and I started to lean more on him with my deepest hurts and thoughts. He would still pick me up every week to keep my head in the right place and do things other than sitting down for 15 hours to work on the classes I was failing in a gray winter in Minnesota. So because of the few people who knew about my issues like Doug, in God's grace and mercy, I was able to lose all the weight I gained and began to start lifting weights and hitting the treadmill. I got back into school, learned how to be social, and cut loose ends with the people and thoughts of my past. I was back on track and stronger than ever. Months passed, and the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization, along with Doug, started to encourage me in joining a program called Genesis Works. Now, that's a summer internship training program that provides you with an internship and guides you through the crazy world of post-high school graduation. With the encouragement and many conversations with Doug and the Big Brothers Big Sisters team, I went through one of the most competitive years at Genesis Works. I was accepted into the program, went through rigorous training, gratefully received an internship at Medtronic, been accepted into a few colleges, and made many, many connections through Genesis Works and Medtronic. Doug and the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization has helped that antisocial, depressed, and suicidal young man become the best person that he can be. And I gratefully say that they've helped me get set on the road that many at my age fear to endure. But through this organization and the lovely man that is Doug Williams, I'm happy and calmly ready for what my future brings. Thank you for considering this bill to support the hard work of the three Big Brothers Big Sisters agencies in Minnesota. The work done here is full of grace, empathy, and love. And with the requested funding, the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization will be able to keep bringing their long-lasting impact to all the current and future littles to pursue life headed in the right direction through graduating high school, going through post-secondary plans successfully and receiving opportunities and wisdoms just like I have. This bill will keep the world continuing to spin with the strong and intelligent minds of the generations to come and will enable the youth to keep on keeping on.